just want to take a little moment here before we get into the video of the month, but just wanting to welcome you to the new format and also to let you know that there's a few things, a few changes going on here. What I want to introduce to you is the Tarot Weeklies and the Astro Weeklies. They will be coming out Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. That is Arizona time, so depending on where you live, you could always check that out real time. But this is because I'm thinking that I can reach all of you all at once through one video, right, and address all of you. And not only that, but when we listen to a monthly forecast, we might listen to it earlier, like the month prior, so that once we get into the month, it's all forgotten, right? And for that reason here, I'm thinking, you know, if we do a weekly, I can guide you a little bit more for what you can expect for the coming week, okay? It's going to sit more in mind so you can focus on it, use these tools to integrate into your consciousness of what can be expected. So the Astro Weeklies, we're going to be looking at a calendar. We're going to follow, too, also the moon positions. Now, in the monthly forecasts for the astrology, we don't do that because there would be way too many transits to look at. However, though, the moon is so important to us because it moves so quickly that it really regulates our mood swings, our reactions. Just like the sun radiates, the moon reflects, right? It reflects our emotions. So when we can do that, we can get a very close look at day to day what is coming up. So Sundays, 8 a.m., you will have your Astro Weeklies, and then also for the Tarot, you will have a spiritual guidance. Then we're going to focus on what do we need to focus on this week, not necessarily what's coming up. The astrology will show that. But in the Tarot, yes, we're going to be looking at where are we in our mind, where can we grow our consciousness, what influences, major influences may be coming in, and how can we tackle them the best, right? So then you have something for your Sunday mornings, right? So look to the end for more information, and of course, for those of you who are subscribers, you'll already get them into your inbox. For those of you who haven't subscribed, you might want to subscribe here. Just click the button, and I just want to also mention that if you're not seeing it coming up in your inbox, check your spam box. Sometimes YouTube just sends it directly there. All right, so and then just unspam it so you'll have it in your inbox there in the mornings. So listen, we are going to check on what's coming up for you now in September. Right, so we're starting up with what September is going to bring you now, Libra. And happy birthday, by the way, to those of you who are born very in the last week here of this month. But I see that the month is starting off with you looking at something that you've been trying to tackle in your mind. And I have to say that you definitely have been trying to stay on top of it, because I can see how you're really moving things around, not just mentally and emotionally, but maybe also in a practical manner, whereas you're trying to also scoot beyond or eliminate something that's been worrying you. And that's one thing that really doesn't sit too well with Libras, and that's the worrying part. But you do, though. Why? Because it's so important to you to have that harmony, that balance, and so forth. And when you don't have it, well, you might just find yourself being insomniac, right? So if you have had a little bit of this going on now on the August end, let's hope now that it's going to start clearing up as we get into September here. Choices as far as your financial situation. There might be something new now, expenses going out, but those expenses are not unexpected, so that's good. You know about them, so you've kind of put aside for it. So I don't think there's going to be any big surprises as far as that goes. In fact, it looks more like the choices of how do I want to spend it. You know, do I use it this way or that? And then when it comes to the power of choice, well, Libra, you know how it is when it comes to you. Because you will always go back and forth on your choices before you make a decision. It's just like with menus. Other people sit down, they look at it, and they say, I'm going to have this. and you could sit and go through that menu how many times before you make your decision, right? That's Libra for you. So I feel that has to do with this too, looking at where you want your money to go, even though you've put the money aside for the outcome of what it is you want. But that could be fun. Actually, a lot of you Libras like the shopping experience, to go and check out everything. So I think this is going to be a great month, at least for it. Now, news here as far as family goes, but not necessarily family within town. If any of you have only in-town family members, then this doesn't really pertain to you. It pertains to those of you Libras who have family out of town, maybe even out of state, at distance, because I'm seeing how there is either an invitation coming from you that you're going to be inviting somebody to come visit, or it could be them on their end asking you, inviting you to come for a visit, to come home, so to speak. And that being said, I feel this could be a good thing. It could be really nice, sweet, actually, to have some extra time with this family member or members. It could be more than one, depending on if you're going this way or they're coming your way. But in that, there is a sharing. There is something that's been going on, something that's been developing for some time, and it will allow you to actually catch up and get more details on it. So, those of you now working on your home foundation, good for you and congratulations. It looks like here now, finally, something is coming together. You've been so temperate, is what's coming up here, to actually go ahead and give green light for a certain project. And so that could be upgrading your home. It could be purchasing a new home or a flat, an apartment, or it could be purchasing some new furniture. But whatever it is, it's like, here we go, now is the time, and you're really finding that there's a lot of great, both excitement and joy going into this project. If you have a daughter or somebody you consider a daughter, it could be a niece, it could be a girlfriend's daughter, but I'm seeing a young woman here for you. And I feel she's coming to you with something that's unexpected. She's looking at what has developed here in her life, and it may be surprising to you when it comes out. Maybe because she hasn't been sharing too many details earlier. You might have a little outline on what's going on, but here we go. Something is coming to the surface, and when it does, it kind of feels like, oh my God, right? Because it's all now being revealed, what she's been thinking and what her plans are. And so here we go. I see you being full support for whatever these changes are for this young lady. Your day-to-day routine, yeah, there's some choices coming up. It's like, I see how you love to spend some time in a certain area, doing this, or that. But you can't really master all of it. It looks like time is just cut a little bit too short. That can be frustrating, Libra, because if you're having to make some choices to cut something out that you truly enjoy, well, then you're not too happy. Say, if you're somebody who loves to run to the gym every morning before work, and say for whatever reasons you can't do that for a while, you'll feel it as a little bit of a sense of a loss. But listen, I see it only being for a short period. Then I see that it's going to turn around, you'll get back on track again. So for you though, this shift that's coming in is allowing you though time to value or evaluate, actually, and consider some new directions, all right? Because the shift is also giving, or attracting, should I say, a new situation where you're needing to look into research and dig a little deeper into whatever that may be for you personally. Of course, this is a group reading, right? And from it, you're coming out that much stronger, that much wholer. You know how it is. I always like to say that diamonds are created under pressure, right? So right now, they're around mid-month into that third week of September, where there might just be a faceting, a polishing of some new facets. And of course, that might take a little bit out of you, but then when the work is done, oh my goodness, the radiance, more light coming through your inner diamond. Relationship looks really, really good for those of you in a relationship. You'll have a beautiful month. I see harmony, I see balance, I see security. Now, for those of you who are not in a relationship, let's see what that is all about and what you can expect from it. There is apparently a period where you have been looking, searching, but not really finding the one. And and you know what you want. You know, and you know what you don't want, and that's equally important. So instead of getting distracted and led astray down a different path, you know, and wasting time, because it takes time to get into a relationship, it takes time to get out of a relationship as well, then it's better to be on one's own path, okay, and feel harmonious without all the extra drama, and then just wait for cosmic timing to be ripened. You know, when that door opens, the right person will manifest for you. And for quite a few of you here, now Libras, I feel that you could come to meet somebody very important this month. Work looks excellent. There is no situation here that I think that you have to worry about. I see there's 2 projects right now that you're going to be focusing on for the most part. There's other things going on that you're also in charge of and mastering really well, but that's background stuff. But there's 2 major things here that you're going to bring into being and then expanding it here this month. So the career should be good, money also in that sense too. Now, some news about some friends, and this is somebody pertaining to the past, somebody you might not have interacted with or heard from for a longer period, and but suddenly out of the blue, boom, 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 there's news. And then I see either phone calls going back and forth a little bit, could be texting, whatever the deal is, but it's like things coming up to the surface, which is actually quite stimulating. When we come towards the end here of September, Libra, what you started on early in the month, as far as that home project, with all the enthusiasm and whatnot, well, it looks like the project is coming to an end or has ended. The outcome of that is beautiful, it's magnificent. I see that you're really, really happy with it. And of course, when we change up our environment, it empowers us because it changes up the feng shui of things, right? And so every time you pass it, you look at it, you get this vibe of this boost of energy. So at least whoever's doing the job, servicemen, or if it is yourselves, the outcome is actually beautiful work done. And that's important to you Libras too, that there isn't, you know, anything left undone, because that makes you unhappy. So the workmanship, craftsmanship should be excellent. So listen, this is what we have for you now in September. Do tune in on Sundays for your morning coffee, right? With the astrology, with the tarot. And I will see you soon. Have a good one now.